Rosann, we've known each other for 3 decades.
Yes, a long time.
And you have been a professional counselor.
As you have been a professional counselor, how many people have we known in Hong Kong?
Yes, quite a lot.
So many different people.
And so many changes.
And that's why we want to think about women now and women then, and how women have changed over these years.
That must be very interesting.
Yes.
And it covered different generations.
Always.
Well, if they're interested in what we are talking about, how are they going to find us?
They're going to find us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, PsychoAlchemy. We are women now and then.
See you there. Well, I'm back. We are back. You know, just now I raised a question. If women supposed to nurture children, and now today's women decided not to get married, or maybe get married with no child, so what is going to happen to this natural craving or urge to take care of child, baby? Would it end up like too much take care of the husband? What would that happen?
I'm not sure to take care of the husband, but in 2 areas of the way society develops, we see greater participation of women. One is in the corporate structure, and one is in government. Now, in the corporate structure, the leaders of women in business tell us, as women assume higher responsibilities, companies are run more judiciously, run with greater care.
Yes.
And many women say they make more money. Now, you're the one working in the business area.
Yes.
Can you have a fair treatment of all employees and make money? So that's one thing. Now, the other thing is in governance, because as women have fewer responsibilities in the home, many begin to work for local office.
Yes.
They want to hold something on community development. They want to do something in villages to develop a fish farm, develop a poultry farm so women can come together. In cities, women have been very good about making sure that the playgrounds have good lighting. It's women as community organizers. And then you move up, then they begin to question, well, what should a government be doing? Questions of environment. Look at those programs. There's women in the leadership.
Wow, that's true.
So it goes somewhere.
Yeah. So I was thinking in my corporate training experience.
Yes, let's do business.
Yeah, if my client has a women as a CEO, I really can tell a difference, because the CEO, if it's a woman, they tend to more willing to spend money on training. They really believe in nurturing the people a little bit more. I would say, I don't want to stereotype, but it's based on result. If my counter partner, i.e. my client, is a woman HR, usually HR is women, or maybe the business unit manager is a female. When I talk about nurturing your staff, give them more opportunity, train them up, give them like a mindful training, stress reduction training, they are more willing to look into that. But whereas if my counterpart is a male contact person, they will more focus on skills training. Right, how to get more business, delegation and coaching, that kind of approach. So I would say I do see, if the women decide not to have children and commit themselves to the corporate world, I will definitely agree with you. They are going to bring in more loving, caring, nurturing ingredient into the corporate world, and it will be good. Because otherwise the corporate world is too cold, I would say.
Wow.
And about government, because I have very little jobs with government, but I can see in Hong Kong, we now have a female CEO, and she is very powerful. But at the same time, when I look in some of the things, some of the policies, even though a lot of things are already designed or settled, or maybe China has some say into it, but I can see whenever something pop up, the willingness to listen or at least try to change seems to be a little bit more open-minded. I don't know whether you agree, but I just somehow think it's like they're more willing to listen, more willing to consider the general public's opinion. I don't know whether it's because of the trend or it's because of a female chief executive.
We stay with that. Stay in the business and government world. On entrepreneurship, one of the formula that women have figured out is if a woman's by herself in a business, it's very difficult. If she has a partner, they try to choose. One has the financial skills, one has the creative ideas, something like that. But the best seems to be 3 women in a group because one moves, gets married, has a baby, gets divorced. So the women interchange their roles as they can. So you have clusters of women who have been in neighborhood groups, they have been girlfriends in school, they have been co-workers, they have
PTA.
They have tried out something. So when they get moving up in the corporate world, they have a lot of experience in small group dynamics. They read the signals, whether people are saying it or not saying it. Not only the words, how do they sense attitude? So I think a lot of it is growing up as a girl and putting yourself in situations where you have to depend on a partner or 2 partners in a work-like situation. That accounts for some of it in business. In government, an interesting theory. Some political analysts suggest that the women in Asia who've risen to the top of the government, and maybe the UK as well, present a male style of leadership, one woman in charge. Whereas what we see coming along are groups of women, clusters of 3, 5, 20, 17, whatever. Can we all talk together? It takes longer for that to happen, but as more women come into the circles of influence, they communicate more clearly and they'll take their word. If you say to me, we've worked together for a long time, come and do this project with me. I don't have to know everything about the project, but because I have worked with you before, I trust your judgment, your sense of values. Now, trusting each other in work scenes, maybe there's male-female differences on that. I don't know, Dorothy. You're the one doing the corporate development.
Well, actually, when you said that, I was thinking of in the last maybe 10 years, I've always tried to group women together.
Yes.
Form into some sort of partnership in doing my corporate training. And it's like as if I have this non-stop urge to group women together to do something together. A few years back, I finally managed to group like 7 women together, 8 actually, to form like a how do I say, a co-op. So that whenever there's corporate client who asks me to do certain thing, if I cannot do it, I can immediately think of another woman to do it. And when you talk about it, do you think the men can do it that way?
I think they can. I'm just not certain that men generally have as much experience at the fluidity with which they don't have the experience of trusting this person, trusting that person, trusting that person, the way women shift around. And women tell each other. If you want me to do something, you can say, and listen, that other person that had a problem last year, she's overcome that.
Yes.
And now she's ready to move on.
True.
So I'm ready to give her a chance, and you're encouraging me to give her a chance, and we move on.
Yes. I think we are more willing to share our notes.
Yes.
Right?
Share our notes.
Sharing our notes and I would say helping each other out. And together we can figure out something and just get it done, right?
It's sharing and then trusting the judgment of the other person, which is trust is not always logical.
Yeah.
Because of the way we are as human creatures. It's an emotional feeling. How do we trust our emotions?
Trust.
Trust.
Actually, when we talk about women trusting, I don't know, women now, do they have this kind of trusting relationship with women the same age? My question is
different.
right, quite different,
now,
right? Yeah, now, right?
Things are different now.
Women in the corporate world are more competitive.
Yes.
And I will honestly say, some women will say, I will not introduce my boyfriend to my girlfriends. Because my boyfriend is actually pretty good quality. If I didn't watch him carefully, one day my boyfriend is going to be my girlfriend's boyfriend, right? So this trust thing is quite
and we're trying each other out. Remember, we don't have the years and years of experience in corporate development. So there's only a few of us who are at the top now in corporate positions.
Yes.
But more will come along.
Yes.
More will come along. So I am hopeful. And we're training girls to many of us in our 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s are involved in mentorship programs, internship programs, most of them not paid, where we're working with a younger woman, trying to get her ready to participate in the work world. And that's where she doesn't have that experience at home because her mother didn't do that. So we have a generation of girls who need skills, but their mothers can't give them the skills. Their aunties, their mentors, their supervisors have to give them the skills.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I actually kind of recap a lot of stories that when the mother failed to help their daughters out, they would just call in to me, another auntie, and say, Dorothy, my daughter just came back from the States, she have this problem, but she's not willing to share with me, but she knows you. I'm going to send her over and you talk to her, right? And sometimes, and another case would be, somehow what you are going to tell my daughter is exactly what I'm going to tell my daughter, but she never listened to me. She would just go to Auntie Dorothy and you tell her. So it's kind of interesting. I don't think I actively try to be a mentor.
Yes.
But somehow women can do that, can play that role.
Oh, they have to. All the time. They have
all
to.
All the time.
One very big difference is the new communication. Where the daughters are very familiar with the use of cell phones, the use of computers, the assumption that they can find the answer.
Everything from there.
Everything right there. So there's a kind of trust in information.
Yes.
Whereas the mother and the grandmother, to different degrees, trust in another woman's information. Let me check with your aunt. Let me check with your grandma. Let me check with your father's mother. So that there's a feeling of trust and emotion going on in the mother's world. The daughter, there she is. So now this mother has a hard time understanding this world. And the girl who's grown up in this world is so aware of how to get information, who to talk to, though she's never met them in other parts of the world. There's someone in Germany, there's someone in Ghana she can connect with to find the answer to her problem. So she's not quite in the traditional male world, but she's certainly not in the traditional
mother's world.
So mothers want to send their daughters to you. The daughters, I get the 30-year-olds. Oh, the 30-year-olds who say, I call my mother once a week. I'm here in Hong Kong.
Yes.
We live in Germany or we live in South Africa. What does she want? And I say, do you want a straight answer to that, sweetheart? She wants some communication with you. Well, what does she want to know? Well, I'm working. I'm supporting myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm supporting myself. I'm taking care of myself. that mother didn't have those feelings. That mother connected with George. Even if George was not such a great character, she connect. So we have these generation differences of what's important to be doing. But they're both women, and they both know the communication should be better.
Yes.
But they don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're in different worlds.
Right.
They're in different worlds.
Very different, right? Women needs to know.
Yes.
They just needs to know. Even though they're so far away, maybe the mother is in Canada, the daughter is in Hong Kong, but somehow once the woman knows what's going on, she feel more secure. Right, and
the mother does. The daughter might not.
Right? It's like a control. Why you're so far away, you can help me, but why do I need to report everything? But to a lot of mother, once I know what's going on, even though I'm so far away, I just feel more, as if I'm being responsible mom.
Exactly,
right?
As if I'm being responsible mom.
How can I not know what's going on with my daughter? But that is the gap, the really big gap between the daughter and mother these days. Of my age, I'm 60, my mother is 83. My mom will try to call me every day, make sure, have you eaten breakfast, lunch, and dinner? How's your cold? Is it recovering? And you know what's so funny? My mom, sometimes she's old, right? So she'll be the one that I should be the one that call and ask her, how's your sleep? Did you eat well? Are you still coughing? And every time I pick up the phone and try to talk to my mom, I say, Ma, how's your sleep? Oh, I'm okay. So what about you? Did you eat? Or do you have a nice sleep last night? Mom, I am calling you. I have to remind Mom, I'm the one that called you, so let me ask you and you try to answer me. And it's so funny. Sometimes I got so pissed off because she is taking away my opportunity to be a caring and loving daughter.
Exactly.
And she usually try to overtake my role. And I said, Mom, please let me talk, otherwise I won't call you. I don't know. Is this Chinese or is this mother-daughter struggle? I have no idea.
Mother-daughter struggle, yes, of course. But there's another phenomenon going on with the texting among girlfriends, among teenage girls and among 30-something girls and wherever, okay? The teenage girls, they've seen each other through school, and they will part saying, bye, Dolores. See ya. Text me when you get home. Now, the same thing happens with mothers and kids in a playgroup. They bond together.
Right.
They take care of the kids.
Yes.
And they'll say, okay, Dolores, we're going, text me when you get home. So there's no talking going on.
Yeah.
But I also find it among career women who there's no husband around. A lot of the career women enjoy having drinks on Friday night with girlfriends.
Yes.
The girls they went to school with or the girls they met in training. So it's not work friends, it's other friends. And they'll have 3 hours of nice drinks, some good snacks, a beautiful hotel. They give each other a hug and say, text me when you get home. So what's that, Dorothy? There's a new system going on of the girlfriends staying in touch, but not in physical touch.
Oh, yeah.
It's strange, this new world in which we live.
We need to go further into that after this break.
After this break, into being in touch, but no touch.